Yo, what's going on, guys? Jetxc here. I want to do this quick video because I'm getting off like a 7-hour stream. We played with Narita, we played some Heimdall, we did the story. We talked about the Nita puzzle, which, by the way, the puzzle apparently takes a significant amount of time. They said around like 2 hours it should take minimum for you to complete. So if you want to wait for Nita, it's actually not that bad of an idea because you only get a copy of her. You don't get her multiple copies. You don't get her weapon. You don't get her logistics. You just get a copy of her, right? So if you want to wait, I wouldn't blame you for waiting. But yeah, that's how long apparently people are saying it should take. But yeah, overall, played the patch, had a good time. Narita is pretty solid. I don't want to say how good she is quite yet. However, I'm having a lot of fun with her. I do think in general she seems really good. Um, in terms of like other chaos units, she seems very good. Especially when you pair her up with like Mary and Riptide. Now, keep in mind, I did roll for her weapon, her 5-star weapon, and then obviously I got her right. So overall, from what I experienced, even doing a little bit of like testing, in general, just against mobs and then facing off against a Neurosim boss, I do think she's really solid to play. But I mean, I guess we gotta just wait and see. I'll probably talk about it in like another video. But for those of you that want to get her, just based off of looks alone and trying to get through regular content, she's perfectly fine. You basically just run around, you hit your E once, and essentially you're throwing out your ribbons that are doing chaos damage, and that's really all you have to do. Honestly, you really don't even have to ult that much. It's kind of funny, but I'll be talking about her more in another video because I don't want to highlight that too much. I want to talk about the story actually, because that's what I ended up doing first thing in the entire patch, besides playing a few things here and there and a little bit of Heimdall. I want to say the story for this patch might be the best story event that they've released. I was quite surprised. I think they delved into each character, Nita and Narita, very well. I'm actually it's one of their longer events. I think it was just about a little over 3 hours and 30 minutes to 4 hours. So a lot of yap, but it was great. It was great. And this was a shocker. They actually had cutscenes, right? Like actual cutscenes, and I was shocked because I'm like, we haven't seen a cutscene since I think since we went up against like Roseanne for the first time or something like that. I can't remember. A lot of people are saying 1.7, 1.8, 2.1. I have no idea, but we got multiple cutscenes, 3 of them. And I was just surprised the entire times because not only that, the JPVAs for Narita and Nita were perfect. It seemed like there was like a lot more dialogue between the girls, and there was a lot less of me like having to read between the lines and inner dialogue that the adjective would typically have. So honestly, I gotta commend them, man, because I thought this was like a 9 out of 10. Even when they got the reveal of Nita's design, and again, no spoilers, but the whole like what was going on with her, and then Nita Pulse, incredible. And I think overall her design is probably, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's really well done. There's really not much I could say bad about her design. I think with what they had to work with, they did a fantastic job on making Nita, somewhat more attractive and relevant within the story, and as potential waifu in the game overall. Yeah, Nita looks great. And Narita, I mean, I don't really have to say much about Narita. I think Narita is 10 out of 10 design. And also, too, I think they really fleshed her out in the story, like I said. So, I really would advise everyone to go play the story. And the thing I like about the Snowbreak story and then these side stories is that they actually take the harem slash romance stuff seriously. So you actually get like intimate with the characters, right? And they get fleshed out more through that intimacy. So that's something I can appreciate. But yeah, 9 out of 10, guys. I think this story was amazing. I highly recommend you go check it out if you can, or just watch my VOD, and that way you can watch it through me, right? Other than that, I do have some other stuff I want to talk about, but I'll probably have to save that for another video because I am exhausted. But yeah, we'll talk about Nita. Well, like I said, I mentioned with the whole thing with Nita earlier. She's definitely a little bit tough to get, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. I want to do a video on possibly getting her, and then yeah, maybe from there we'll possibly show off the interaction mode, but we'll see. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Appreciate everyone that joined the stream. Check out that story, and another Snowbreak video is coming very, very soon. Don't worry. All right, later.